Hi guys, I'm back, Buffett. I'm back again, Buffett. I'm back. Azanian politics, Buffett. So boys and team. So tell me, guys, do you think we should be concerned about where the political parties get their funding from, or we shouldn't care, G? We should just vote and let the political parties be. I say we should care, man. I swear we should care because the one who pays the piper he calls the tune. The one who pays the pipe calls the tune. So we should know where these political parties get their money from. So that we can know what their interests are. Because it seems like their interests are not, their best interests at heart are not not for the people, guys. Are totally not for the people. We can see our townships are not developing at all. We can see the cities depleting. We can see things in South Africa going down. So who are these political parties working for? Are they working for big businesses or are they working for the people? So that's why we should know where the funding comes from. Anyway, Floyd Shivambu spoke about his political movement or political parties funding. Where does it come from? He said he doesn't need money from entrepreneurs. He doesn't need money from big businesses, which for me, it's a big lie. We know it's a huge lie. It's a huge lie. The reason why he formed his own stock fail is because he wanted to be rich like Abu Judas. Because apparently Judas is very rich. So he wanted to be rich. So he might say whatever he says now, but we know he's going to accept money from everyone else, from every entity that can give him money. So he doesn't want money from one monopoly capital. Yeah. I don't know if the guys, let me hear for yourself the video.
Let me ask you this. With regard to transparency, you speak about transparency. You want to register and contest every single ward in the country.
Yes.
How are you going to fund that, and how is your party being funded at the moment?
So, do you know, we went through the consultation process, which were not highly funded. Like they were not like they are public information. Like they were, it's public information because majority of if not all, the public consultations that we had, we insisted that they must be broadcasted on the social media platforms and YouTube and everything else there. So majority of times we'll use community halls and basic things that do not need a lot of money commitment. But there is a proposal, because remember on the 19th of June when we had a press conference to announce the whole consultation process, the third question was, how should we fund a political party or movement if we were to found it? And there are a lot of substantial submissions that says that the membership, the people who associate with the organization, without them spending a single cent on the organization, can have a mutually beneficial relationship with the organization. That is why the membership form, both online and the physical membership form that we have released, says that if you join, you should know that there will be a mutually beneficial relationship between yourself and the party, meaning that part of your information in a responsible and responsive, empowering way will be utilized to fund the organization and consistent with what the POPIA Act provides and everything else there. So we are going to...
I'm going to come back to this because, you see, it's a very convoluted way of giving me the funding model.
I wanted to give you...
But let's come back.
I wanted to give you a quick assurance about something that... One thing is that we are not going to take money from the white capitalist establishment. That is one. And two, we are not going to be involved in wrongdoing in government, whether even in areas where we demonstrate maximum potential. We're not going to take money from tenderpreneurs who would want to manipulate the organization for narrow purposes. We're going to have a model which we will publicly speak about that involves the membership base of the organization and the supporters to say that if we were to make these contributions, how do we get to sustain the organization? Actually, the Secretary General of Maibui, Pile Mahlaba, was showing me some numbers that even if we were to get some contribution of 10 rand will be able to sustain the organization for a very long time, because there is nothing mega expensive that we're going to engage ourselves in that will require millions and millions of rands. We'll work with what we have on a case-by-case basis, but we're not going to take wrong money in pursuit of a political agenda.
We'll speak on that case-by-case basis as we
Yes.
go to the elections. So this one is from Paiwe, who says, yes, it does. Africa My Buya movement has brought some fresh air, and it is attractive to all age groups. And another one is from Elias, who says, morning SKLM, I think it's just a mushrooming of political parties and individual power mongering. We're subjected to the tautology of ideas that divides black votes, nothing else. Every Tom, Dick and Harry just opens a political party in this constitutional democracy. That's from Elias. Let's see another one. Joshua, who says, was there a formal election process before he assumed the presidency, or did he appoint himself?
Yeah, let's quickly deal with that. The formative processes and stages of any organization, you assume certain leadership responsibilities. Like in the EFF when we started, by the way, before there was an elective conference, it was 18 months. And we're referring to the current leader as a president by that time. 18 months later, he was elected as a president. Mkondo Sizwe is towards 2 years now. It has not been to an elective conference. He's not going to any elective conference to elect a president. I was the Secretary General of Mkondo Sizwe. I never went to an elective conference. And there are other organizations, some are even government. I think the other one is the one of Patriotic Alliance. They were founded 10, 12 years ago. They were the president. They've never been to an elective conference. Herman Mashaba, I forgot the name of the party of Herman Mashaba.
Action SA.
Yeah, Action SA. So in the Africa My Way movement, the structures that we have put in place, because in the process of consultation, in an anticipation of a possibility that we were going to get a collective and popular mandate to take this route, we have got structures, and then we then resolved that we should constitute ourselves into a formal organizations and not with interim responsibilities. With responsibilities, but the immediate mandate is to call a national convention, which is going to formalize the leadership question, but the founding documents, and also this document which we have, which is called the Restoration Manifesto, which is the founding document. And it's available in all the platforms of...
How does it materially differ from what the EFF and Mkonto Sizwe and other manifestos
It's
proclaim?
Substantially different, because what it does, it gives a far much more detailed and accurate historicization of South Africa as to just where we come from as a people. It then sets a clear agenda to reflect what people made as input during the consultation process. So there is 100 diagnoses of the problems of South Africa in this document to say that this is the reason why a political movement should be founded. And we're actually saying in the press conference when we're announcing Africa My Way movement that even one of those reasons were adequate to could found a political party. Like even the manner in which the rural communities in KwaZulu-Natal, Namshabalingana in Zululand, in Tukela, in Emojo, spoke about the land question. Even on the land question only, there will be basis to found a political movement. But there's 100 reasons based on landlessness, on jobs, on inequality, on the lack of development in rural areas.
I'm loath to do it.
On lack of free education,
but I'm going
a variety of reasons.
Let me push you for quick fire questions in the answers in the interest of time. So Mkolisi asked, who are the other members of the executive?
I didn't respond to the question that, so we in the Africa My Way movement, we are referred to in the titles that are referred to now. We're going to constitute a national convention which will now establish the leadership structures through what we call deliberative democracy. Yes, which is a hybrid of deliberations on the leadership question, but if it needs be, there will be those that will be voted to be established. But now we are in the positions that we're in. So I'm the president of Africa My Way movement.
Who are the others in the leadership structure?
We've got two deputy presidents, Robert Mwenda, who is also the president of Mausa, and then Nolubaba Lomkinga, and then the Secretary General is Spepile Mahlaba, we've got 2 deputy secretaries general, Gabsile Shongwe from Mpumalanga and Ludalu Belo from Gauteng. And then we've got a fundraiser general, his name is Menzima Gubane. And then we've got the treasurer general, which separate from fundraiser general, is Tsepo Mahanuke. And then we've got national chairperson, is Mabatomo Kauso from the Northern Cape. And deputy national chairperson is P.W.M. Kacho from Mpumalanga. We've got a national organizer, Patrick Sindani. Deputy national organizer is Lindy Spiers. And then we've got then those who participate in the national officials, like Mr. Fana Mukwena is the head of special projects, political education. We've got Prince Kiting Mukotedi as the head of legal. We've got Archbishop Zondo as well as the chaplain general as part of the leadership collective that we have. And we've got Philip Mashangu as the head of traditional affairs in the leadership collective. And then we've got Mzandile Sabele Goge as the head of mobilization. And those are the core that constitute. And then, of course, we've got
the core, I think the core will do. The core will do for now in terms of responding to that question. And then, of course, seen on social media in preparation for this interview, where people are saying you already have factions emerging within the movement. There was some video that was being circulated. So are you concerned?
So what do you think? Do you think he's telling the truth, or is just lying, blatantly lies? It's blatant lies, or? But I say we'll wait and see. But I know for a fact, he will. All politicians in South Africa are the same. They power hungry. If he was in power hungry, he could have been an ordinary member in the EFF or in the MK. But he's money hungry and power hungry. So in jail, accept money from everyone else. Anyway, Buffett, let us subscribe, let us like Buffett. This is Azanian Politics. This is your boy Sam Tembe. See you in the next video.